Busyness, the state of having or being involved in many activities. When the pandemic has rocked India's economy, it's hampered India's economy, it's jolted the hospitality sector terribly, with many companies still dealing with its aftershocks. Almost 18 months passed, but some sectors still struggling to find its rhythm, which is hampered during the pandemic has begun in India. Coping with these unprecedented times that was not easy, especially since there are no playback or way to navigate those crises. It is truly unprecedented. No one expected to how to tackle, how to overcome this situation. For many professionals, the pandemic was a crisis unlike any they had encountered, and it has placed a tremendous demand for their leadership skills. Suddenly, there was juggling too, the many balls in the air, keeping the hospitality, the balance sheet to be maintained, the best way to deal with, empowering the teams, displaying those optimism, thought, making those pragmatic decisions amid uncertainty, demonstrating those empathy and communicating those in effective way. Then the economy recovered marginally after the first wave. They quickly grasped those, and that is the company had to wait for the pandemic out from this scenario, and it's needed to realize its existing business practices. In good case, its point was the increased focus on those localized supply chain to optimize the cost, ensure the business continuity, and also stay green, the green economy, to maintain those green economy. We have not been so busy as a business. We have been incredibly busy as a team, as a leader, as a individuals. We underwent a substantive changes, and from the looking to the business in those entirely, and those contemplating how to evolve it while caring for those various stakeholders by constantly engaging with them, while recalibrating those businesses in the introspection and the action is taken the way to manage those segment that was the first element to come under the magnifying glass. The crisis is characterized by the unfamiliarity and unpredictability. It is also the time when leaders need to improve their response to the situation. Very important skill that a leader should have. Important, very important to improve the responsiveness, response according to the situations. We had to review the brand standard, the processes, stuffing those levels. Basically, looking at those several things that we never had to look at before. We also reach out to the stakeholders, including the customers, associates, owners, vendors during these processes. This exercise helped the company learn about individualistic experiences and expectations of each collaborator. When the businesses and occupancy levels went to the slum, hotel employees were worse impacted. The time for the companies to take those humanitarian approaches and safeguard their talent, limiting their exposure to the pandemic. conscious that a top-down approach would disturb the hardened stability. They would help the people move faster up this corporate ladder, especially since multitasking had become a way of life. The virtual medium also beefed up the health of betterment of the navigate the ever-changing business complexity. Such initiatives also brought the natural leaders to live could be further foster those collaboration and the transparency across the team members. A major learning that has been taken for the short-term decision and the stay agile, the prevalent ambiguity in the air, and it was incumbent for a business entity to do the best to increase the confidence of the and they put together several initiatives for the loyalty members that removed the travel hurdles. This included the relaxing policies and pausing those expiration of loyalty points to give people the flexibility and comfort to resume their travel and experience the hospitality sectors. Acknowledgement that once demand return to the normal, there will be way to work around the current flexible environment. Life is not a long emergency. That's the mindset, the mapping of this mindset, how it's going to be a crucial to planning a scenario to evolve a customer, quick businesses. That is, a life is not an emergency. It's a mostly a string of situations for which no exceptional strength is needed, and with which even rather weak people can cope if they have a stronger partner to help them out. The customers are quickly to evolve, and businesses have to evolve just as quickly as possible to level that we are today and subdue the sentiment of flexibility that is important because it underlines that we care those things. The most business leaders bring to the table during the emergencies their experiences. However, these unprecedented existences like the pandemic has required much more. They should have the disposition to unify the internal and external teams to achieve a common goal with single-minded purposes. It was incumbent to do the best to increase the guest confidence. Hence, we need to put an emphasis on those several initiatives for the loyalty members. While reassessing the businesses, mainly the hospitality or any other major frontline businesses, we need to break it down to a few guiding principles: the reimagine, repurpose, and reassure for the progress. Moreover, to stay competitive, we need to decide to renew the collaborative effort with the hospitality engagement, the involvement of this owner of this management. We can see that it can affect after the pandemic has project those plans and they were delayed due to the factors including the lack of capital demand and construction workers. While this extended the timeline for several properties to 2022, six are scheduled to go on the floor maybe this year. Interesting, the pandemic also saw renewed interest for long stay property. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.